We are live.
Hi, welcome to News and Nonsense at 9. I'm Auntie AK, aka the auntie of all the aunties, and it's getting cold, isn't it? And I'm here with.
I'm Farah, resident Caribbean queen.
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
And we are here on this wonderful Sunday evening to bring you the news our way because the world is literally in a handbasket on the way to hell if it's not there already. We're here to help you separate the wheat from the chaff, the sap from the crap, what you need to know from what you don't need to know. But before we get into it, what must they do, Nana?
Okay, people, you should know what you need to do. You need to book the like button now, put it on entry, please, and share this with like minded people.
Please do, please do. And Farah, what else? What else? What else?
What else you need to do? You need to subscribe to our channel. You need to join our membership, which is £4.99. And then you'll get all the fun auntie stuff first. You'll have it first.
Have it first. And guys, as always, just remember, these are opinions. We're not experts. This is the ultimate cool aunties WhatsApp group. If you want actuals and factuals, ask TLC, Google, or phone a friend. Any links we share are for you to dig deeper your own damn selves. Don't come for us because we will come for you. Thank you very much. Who is joined us this evening? It's not extremely busy, but who's there? Who's there tonight?
We need you guys to roll in. Give it a second. Hang on, we got in there. Yvonne came in bright and early.
As
we
always.
have Love in the house. I can't see that next name. Sorry, if one of you can read the side because I can't actually see the other names.
It says Love M's. It says Urbino 7079, Cocoa Pop Sweet, KW9 547, Green Flowers. Hey. Good evening. Aloha.
Good evening. That's what Kevin always says.
Yeah, he does. He does actually always say that.
Aloha.
Yes, and hello, Sora. Good evening, ladies and entourages. Welcome. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please get involved in the conversation. Maybe if we're getting a good one, we might get you up on the stage, but let's see how we go. So first up. I mean, it's so bizarre what's going on and why it's happening, but we have African migrants in South Africa who've been warned to stay indoors and close up their shops and keep a low profile because there's rampant xenophobic violence happening. There are anti-migrant marches spreading across South Africa, Pretoria and Johannesburg and other areas. And it's literally black on black, African on African. What the hell? Immigrants out. It sounds like we're at a right-wing march in the West. But yeah. So I'm going to share the video. Give me a second. Have you guys heard about all this nonsense that's going on?
It's actually really sad. It seems to take place, though, about every 10 years. The last one was in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a problem. They got it's misplaced. It's the same shit that's going on here.
I'm going to play one or two videos from this. So first of all, this is an overview of what's actually happening.
This is just one of several demonstrations in recent weeks targeting migrants in South Africa. Thousands of people in Durban, Pretoria, and now Johannesburg say they want more government action to tackle what they say is illegal immigration. Critics say groups like this are simply xenophobic.
Anyone just wakes up in the morning and decides that they're having problems in their own country. Oh, let me look for greener pastures, and it's South Africa. And if we don't say anything about it, or if we say something about it, we're told that it's black people. This is not a skin color thing. It's about us protecting our country, which is a sovereign state. We love our African brothers and sisters, but it's time now that they also fix their own countries for their own children and their own future.
We're making it very clear to you guys, Utitina, we don't want you here.
In this video widely shared on social media, a man from Ghana is told to go home to fix his country. The Ghanaian High Commission has advised its nationals to close their businesses and keep a low profile, while Nigerian authorities have told citizens to remain indoors. People assembled here blame foreigners for taking their jobs and high levels of crime. In the capital, Pretoria, hundreds of demonstrators demanded action from the government.
Is the legitimate concern being hijacked and used to taint us as a people of South Africa who do not want to live with other people. Because that would not be correct, because that's not who we are.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa says the concerns should not lead to xenophobia. He says the government is clamping down on illegal migration and rooting out corruption in the immigration system. The United Nations has condemned the attacks. This is not the first time such protests are seen in South Africa. There were large outbreaks of violence against foreign nationals in 2008, 2015, and 2019. And the same sentiments are being repeated now.
We are saying our borders must be properly managed. And all these people who are undocumented, they need to be sent back to their countries.
Why do they have to come here and have free education, free health care, and while they're telling us that we are xenophobic?
Tensions are rising as more protests are planned. Famida Mala, Al Jazeera.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast, as well as its hosts, are for entertainment purposes only.
Sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit and got stuck. But yeah, like initial thoughts. It's just this is Joseph Malema, who's a politician. Julius Malema, who's a politician, founder and leader of the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters, and a Black nationalist official party. Sorry, a Black nationalist political party. He has some strong words against it. But what do you guys think initially? Like, what the hell's going on?
It's very sad. And the conspiracy theorist in me wants to know where it started.
Who's instigating it?
Yeah, because it's funny that South Africa are the ones that have been talking about the atrocities in Palestine, and that they have been bringing, they started the ICCJ criminal proceedings. And then you've got Donald Trump saying that white South Africans were being genocided. So it just makes me wonder who is stoking all of these fires. That's not to say that countries aren't entitled to say that they have a problem with illegal immigrants. They are, because you have to protect your borders. Apparently, that's what we're supposed to be doing now. And I say apparently because who invented the borders in the first place? So that's why I'm saying apparently. But if that's what we're doing now, that's fine. But I do wonder where this all comes from.
Yeah. Definitely. Because also, I was seeing some other Ghanaians and Nigerians talking about they have the right papers, but there seems to be delays in their identifications as well. It just feels like a whole system of corruption. And then you blame the new immigrants who seem to be coming there with businesses, but also the government aren't actually helping out the people. It seems like it's the same thing, and it's perfectly timed for South Africa to be discredited in lots of different ways. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is Julius. This is Julius calling them out, or calling out the behavior.
Violent. But let's ask a question. After you marched and say you don't want Zimbabweans, you don't want Nigerians, you don't want Ghanaians, you close shops, you march. Why are you not coming back to tell us the following day that after that march, we expelled 10 Zimbabweans, and out of those 10 Zimbabweans, we're able to give 10 South Africans jobs? There is no such a report. Why? Because now Kuba ma Zimbabwe, hauna misebetsi, batho bale ba ma Zimbabwe, ba etsa mesebetsi e lona le sa batleng ho etsa because those are slaves jobs. They don't pay anything. You want proper jobs. You want a job with a pay slip, with an appointment letter, with pension, with medical aid, and you deserve it. But why are we fighting each other? It is the same people who made us fight each other during apartheid, black on black violence. They sponsored it. The same provinces where blacks were killing blacks during apartheid, sponsored by apartheid government, is the same provinces where blacks are beating blacks today. The script is the same. The writer of the script is the same. Why do you ask me? Unkupa orna, koncha ngwana, ko skolong ka is not South African. Ke munche ko skolong, ke fete ke shebe waka, ke be proud father. After removing a black child from school, when the black children were removed from school with bullets in 1976, when our parents were removed from school because they did not have school fees, I must play that role. Me, I will never do it.
That speech was quite powerful. Let's hold it. I've shared it. And then this is the last one before we comment. Oh, this girl from Ghana is just speaking about from her perspective.
You see, I find this so funny that you guys have this much energy, this much animosity and hatred in your heart towards people who look exactly like you, but not for your colonizers. Now, when we put somebody from South Africa and somebody from Ghana next to each other, the only way we'll be able to know that you're from South Africa is just by how distinctive your heads look. Apart from that, there will be no way of anybody telling that you're from that place or I am from that place in Africa. But yet, your colonizers are living freely and largely in your country, and you're doing absolutely nothing about it. Now, if you are saying that Ghanaians, Nigerians, Kenyans, Liberians, if you're saying that all of this hatred comes from the fact that we are criminals and we are making your country much worse than it is, then I could understand you. I mean, you're not the police. You don't need to beat people on the street or burn down their shops. But when people are making an honest living and you cannot comprehend it, and so you feel the need to burn down the way for them to eat, for you to beat them in the streets, then my dear, you are the problem. There is an actual town in South Africa where it is owned by just whites. Listen, colonization did its big one on Africans, but you see South Africa, it completely took your head off. With all of this, go back to where you came from, and make your country better. That's okay. But watch everybody leave and your country still remains the same. You want to know why? Because South Africa was built on black murder. You guys have been coming at each other for centuries. So this isn't new and it isn't surprising. What I'm surprised about is the fact that people are still living there to begin with. If you want to go find greener pastures, seriously, South Africa, really? Ghanaians, really? Pack up and leave. A hair salon, you can literally pitch a tent in Ghana to do your hair salon. For somebody to be walking around with a camera saying, oh, look at this house that this person is living in, and me being a South African, I am sleeping on the streets. Master, go and buy a land and build your own house. If you are really that pressed that foreigners are building houses and owning companies, go and buy your own. Who is stopping you? Seriously, there are a lot more important things for you guys to be worrying about. Your birthright is quite literally being sold to the highest bidder. The fact that white people make only 7% of the population of South Africa, but they control majority of your resources, your lands, your riches. But you have that energy for us. And the fact that you're in people's comment sections doubling down, talking about go back home. Yeah, we are so proud of doing that. You guys are still in the slave mentality, and it is sad. It's 2026. Wake up. There was a video of a South African man saying that he believes that South Africa will be gone in the next 10 years. I tried so hard to find that video, but I couldn't find it. If I do find it, I will post it separately. And it's just got me thinking, right? Imagine if you are burning all of your bridges with all the other African countries. When that 7% finally kick you out because you never owned South Africa to begin with, and you try to come seek refuge in Ghana, in Nigeria, in Ivory Coast, in Congo, we will also turn our backs on you. That's a fact. Because what you guys are doing, you're making it seem like there are no other South Africans in other African countries, but there are. So are you telling me that Ghanaians should also go around beating up South Africans in Ghana? The only difference is that we're civilized. The only difference is that we actually have police systems that work. So we don't go around beating people just because we want them to leave our country. Can't you do peaceful protesting? Can't you use the power of social media to get your point across? Do you honestly have to physically assault people? And I know there are going to be some people that will be in my comments talking about, oh, but you made a video for Nigerians telling them to leave Ghana. This is not the same. Why? Because there was not a single Ghanaian beating Nigerians on the streets of Ghana. We would never do that. We are way too civilized for that BS. And also, we had evidence that there was somebody trying to build a community within our country, and we did not like that. Even then, there were peaceful protesting. Nobody physically assaulted anybody. But you see what you guys are doing? You are letting us know that there is so much hatred in your hearts for other Black people.
Okay, she goes on. But yeah, I can't quite argue with all the things she's saying. Some of it is a bit, hyperbolic. But yeah, generally.
Some of it is very much that.
Yeah. Obviously, she's fighting for her country, doubling down and stuff.
Yeah, but she is. But
yeah, but
I would prefer that she put some people in front of all of her words.
Yeah,
because she's talking like it's the whole of South Africa, and it's not.
Yeah, of course.
For real.
I should make some points about the fact that yes, one, burning your bridges with your fellow. When shit hits a fan, who are you going to turn to if the few of you that are doing that? And then other things about yes, and a lot of people are making that commentary about you've got colonizers that are controlling. They've got a whole space in your country where you're not allowed to enter within your whole African space. But yet this is what you want to do. And I'm not a South African, so it'd be great if there are any South Africans in the chat or anyone who knows what's going on first-hand account of what it's like to be in the space where you feel like your rights have been taken away and you feel like people are encroaching on your way of life. We understand that, but you don't have to be burning shops and killing and essentially killing people or attacking people because they too are just trying to make a life. I don't think that works. Kevin. And he says, foreign intelligence agencies have a hidden hand.
Yes, yeah.
That's my thing. I hear all of this and I see all of it, but I do really, really wonder where it comes from. Who started it?
Exactly.
Thank you, Coco Pop.
Hey, Coco. Yay. Welcome. As a new member.
It's definitely some foreign agents as well. And I do believe the violence escalation is probably paid for. Definitely hasn't come from nowhere. I feel like they are, like just the gathering of people and just the escalation of it. It feels like there are some fractions that have been paid to do this at this moment in time. Definitely. This didn't just arise from nowhere. It's a problem because South Africa was doing so well and now it isn't really. So it's the same as over here, but in the same way over here, Tommy Robinson has his protests being funded and now the funders don't even give a shit. They will go on podcasts and talk to Tommy Robinson about, I will fund your march. This is the same shit. There is probably some leader, maybe that woman that we saw, some of the leaders that have financial backing to get people going and be like, ramp it up. If you do something, they're going to pay them.
Yeah.
This is a problem.
I
do hate that it does seem they've done a number on Africans all over the continent anyway, but people seem to be really quick to be able to be bought, that they will destroy another African person before they will go to Oriana and fight these guys who will shoot you if you come onto their property. I hate that for us.
Honestly, thank you, Fashion for Crime. Thank you. Appreciate you. Someone actually, Dark Lennials says, hello, ladies. My cousin just moved to South Africa with his whole family. His sister is married to a South African. As of yet, there have been no attacks on them yet with all this now. Sigh. Yeah, it's just not a nice feeling. It's not not nice to see. President Cyril Ramaphosa used his Freedom Day address to remind South Africans that other African nations supported the country during the struggle against apartheid. And, let's not forget.
Yes.
Let's not forget. I don't want to see more of this, but it's not going to be over. It's not going to be over yet. And I don't know how the message will get spread properly. And also, when the news wants to focus on it and hyper it, as you guys are saying, how bad is it? There's also that, because it can be fed back to us as it's really happening, and it might be, not say it's not bad, but it might be very small and localized as well, when the media want to grab onto it and hype it up.
That's true. Sometimes
there's two ways of it.
Yeah, it's a bit of both, isn't it? It may be localized, but the fear does the damage, because if people do decide, you know what, it's just not worth it here as another African business owner, and they leave, really and truly, like the Black South Africans, they need to understand somebody else will come along. And this is the problem. It isn't like they don't have a problem. They do have a problem. I was reading a stat that it's 70% their land is owned by white people, 20% is owned by Asian people, and Asians only make up 2%. White people are 7%. That is extraordinary numbers and is absolutely fuckeries. Your issue is really with them because the numbers are so insignificant for who is the Nigerians are like the second ones that own more than the other Africans that are there, and it's minuscule. Like it's so you're again, it's like you're fighting sideways instead of going up.
It's a misdirection of it because you're scared to take on the establishment, so it's easy to fight a brother. But first of all, thank you, Bob Melman. Thank you very much. You got me with that name. But yeah, it's horrible. And it's like, and as always, that's one thing we tend to do, fight ourselves, because it's easier target than fighting the establishment, because you know there's a real battle on your hands if you do that. But that's what you should be doing. Don't, because it's not going to change. And as the girl from Ghana said, like, when everyone's gone, or even Malema was saying, and when they've all gone, then what? Can you show what you've got in place to fix the problem? You get everybody out, you burn down the shops and everything. Have you even got the resources to rebuild what you've burned? Because someone's need to fix the space that you've mashed up.
These are all the problems. This is all the issues. It's not that these people are coming from other African countries and setting up shop in your place. It actually is reparations for the Black South Africans and the coloreds it's real. Like you can't just come along and be like, oh, we're letting you go into government now, but actually there wasn't a divvy up on resources. That is not how it should have worked. That is not the reconciliation that should have taken place. You needed to actually really redistribute the wealth, and they haven't. So you're looking at the next African man that has come along, who has probably been saving up for 20 years in his country to make something in South Africa. And then you're like, hang on, he's another black. Why has he got No, that's not where your anger is.
No, it's annoying. All right, let's move into Farah's take. What you got for us, girl? You're on mute.
Sorry, I was saying, already. My shoulder's itching. Sorry. So basically, last week I spoke about iShow Speed going to the Caribbean, kicking off his Caribbean tour.
Yeah,
I've got feedback.
Oh, have you?
Keep talking. You keep talking to see where the feedback is. Is it me? Why are you not talking?
Because it's you. And I didn't want to talk because I heard it when you spoke.
Okay.
And me and Nana weren't speaking. So that's why I knew it was you. Only because of that. So yeah, he kicked off his Caribbean tour. And shout out Coco, sweet Coco Pop saying I'm always muting myself. I am, because it's noisy around me. Anyway, so he kicked off his Caribbean tour and he was in Grenada, and I just want to do a bit of a Grenada debrief. So I'm gonna share some videos with y'all. Hold up, wait a minute. So there was a lot of commentary about his time in Grenada. I watched the whole stream, which is very unusual for me because I don't do that, but I was pretty interested to see where it was that he was going and what he was doing. So I was like, let me see and watch the whole stream. He did a lot of traditional stuff, which was amazing. And then he also did a bit of, playwaying, as we say. He was getting on with himself. So let me start with this.
Fuji, make that the thumbnail real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
So Grenada is a tri-island state.
Tri-islands. Yep.
Tri-island state. Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique.
Yes, sir.
So Petite Martinique and Carriacou is the two smaller islands at the top. And Grenada, the main island. So let me show you a little bit of the culture that Carriacou. Let's go.
Let's go. Grenada in a chat. Turn me up. Come on, y'all. Hey, man, y'all better get lit today, chat. That's what we do, bro. Y'all boys better get lit today. Turn me up, man. Turn me up. Turn me up, chat. Turn me up, chat. Turn me up, chat. Chat, it's your time, baby. What? Is that a cake? Huh?
Let me tell you just a little bit of what this culture is.
Welcome to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. This is the traditional wedding meeting up of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. It's authentic to Carriacou and Petite Martinique. The only place in the world you would see this flag and cake dancing when you get married. Make sure you come to Carriacou and Petite Martinique and host that wedding. You'll see the whole thing about it. We'll give you a wee taste now of the cake dancing.
Let's go.
Wait, I'm getting married? Where we gonna marry you? Somewhere. In Grenada. Can we get the cake?
That we all been waiting.
Hey, W Grenada chat.
And I know you wouldn't mind.
Let's get it.
So he did some traditional dancing as well while he was there.
Almost.
He also did a bit of jab.
Man, this boy is living his life, man.
What I love is some of the reaction from people watching it as well, because as you can see there, a lot of the traditions, you can see that they're very similar to African traditions, which I thought was, oh, hang on, can you see this?
Grenada. And this is one thing that I've realized about the country. I think this country might be the strongest connection to African culture and vibes. Like, look at this. He's having the time of his life there. This is a country that you don't see often. Before this stream, I didn't know much about Grenadian culture, but now it's made me want to visit.
Another thing that I want you guys to see, it was the stats from actually, let's do this one first. So when he was there, what happened was he decided that he's going to start eating nutmeg, right? But the woman was telling him, you can't just eat nutmeg raw. You have to eat, it has to be ground, it has to be processed, yeah? This boy took his fast self, yeah, and he went and ate the nutmeg. This is what happened to him.
Can I eat it?
No. It's not, it's bitter. Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh my God.
What's spicy?
Good.
I feel kind of weird after eating it, though. I ain't gonna lie. I feel a little trippy. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Yeah.
I feel trippy after eating it. I don't know why.
Did you know nutmeg is tripping, y'all? It's a hallucinogenic. Between 5 and 20 total grams, I found the perfect dose to be 11. You are off to the races, baby. Trippy.
Catching fire.
All right, let's get the signal. Okay.
Oh my, you see when this was going on, yeah?
Can I eat
when
it?
that was going on,
No.
When that was going on in the chat, they were like, you Grenadians didn't feed him. You lot didn't feed him, yeah? No, we fed him. He took himself and he went and ate the nutmeg. As soon as he ate the nutmeg, yeah, he was high. You heard him say it, but it's like people in the chat and like all the other Caribbean islands, they're coming for us and saying, you didn't feed speed. You didn't give feed no food. You didn't feed the boy. You had the boy in the bus and the truck and you don't feed any boy. We fed him. He ate food there. Then he ate food on the road. Then he had food in the truck. He had oil down. The boy was high. He take eating and eating it so. You doesn't eat it so. You mustn't eat it so. You mustn't do that. So that's what was making me laugh as well, yeah, the fact that he did that. Then, come to find out, there's another thing that happened. So all of his tour, there is a white lady who has decided that she's, wants to question why it is that Speed is on tour and why we're not you know, talking about it and saying why we're so supportive, basically, of Speed being on tour. So I thought I would show. Not that one. Hold on. Where's it gone? That's it. There we are.
What was the point of this video? What was the point?
What do you guys think the narrative around this I Show Speed Caribbean tour would be if he was white? I feel like it would be so different. Like,
yes, it would be different. Because we don't know what white people have done to black people. I do not dig into the history there. We literally know. So yeah, it would be different if he was white. But he's not white.
I'm just imagining the comments. Like right now, I'm seeing some people kind of getting a little bit shamed if they're literally like running after him or something. But aside from that, I'm not really seeing people being shamed for like coming out of their house to try and see him or to give him something or whatever. I'm not really seeing people being shamed for that.
The reason why people aren't getting shamed for that is because besides the fact of Speed being famous and wanting to meet him, Speed, if you actually watch his lives, he is showing genuine interest in each island's culture. He's eating the foods, wearing the costumes, wearing the clothing, learning about each island's culture and doing the dances, learning the language. He's really learning this stuff. So people are like, wait a minute, he genuinely wants to learn about it. So that's why people are literally running out of their houses to go meet Speed or hand him this, hand him that, because he is showing a genuine interest in each island's culture. That's why we're not shitting him.
I feel like if he was white now, the commentary would be so different. It would be like, why do we even care about his opinion? Like, we don't need his opinion about our culture. And if anyone was seen like giving him something or trying to go after him to get a selfie or something, I feel like they'd be told, oh, you're stuck in this mentality of worshipping white people. Like, oh, you need to stop thinking that white is better. Oh, remember this person has no talent. He's only popular because he's white. Oh, you're self-hating. But I feel like this whole thing would be so different.
Like I said in the beginning of this video, Zoe, what was the point of this video?
Exactly.
Yes, it would be different if Speed was white. Because we all know the disgusting things white people have done to people my complexion over the course of human history. So yes, it would be different. But guess what? Speed is not white. Soca.
It's just weird. It's just weird. Like, why would you? And the thing that's mad is she's in a Caribbean country. She's somewhere. I can't remember where she is, but she's somewhere saying all of this. And it's like, not everything you have to comment on. Not everything involves you all of the time. You know, like, he's doing a brilliant thing. He's experiencing the diaspora. He's seeing himself in every country that he goes to. He's learning things. He's making it so that people who've never heard of these countries before get to experience some of the beauty in these countries. Like, it's nothing to do with you, girl. Like, relax, innit? It's nothing to do with you. The last clip that I want to show is a woman who's talking about how much the tourism, the stats basically from Speed and his tour just in Grenada.
Tell you what really happened behind the scenes. For those who missed it, I Show Speed, a 21-year-old American streamer, came to Grenada on Sunday, the 26th of April. He streamed for 5.5 hours on YouTube, where he has 53.1 million subscribers. He pulled up to Grenada on a private jet with his full security, marketing, and video production teams. In one stream, Grenada showcased its culture, its people, food, because yes, I did see him eating a few times, our diving, other water sports, and even our sports and athletics. We are already experiencing a global uptake in interest around Grenada and the activities from that stream on Sunday. Let's look at some stats, and I have some notes. Grenada, 1,050% increase in searches worldwide.
Amazing.
Water Sculpture Park, 450% increase. Grenada Diving, 250% increase. Jab Jab Grenada, 180% increase. Grenada Oil Down or Oil Down Grenada, there one is 140, one is 120% increase. Now, there's also a breakout in the trends worldwide. And breakout means that there is an over 5,000% increase in searches. And this is within the 24 hours since that video went live on Sunday. Underwater statues in Grenada is one of the breakouts. Top 2 is Lyndon Victor. Top 5 is Karani James. Those are in the breakout on the Google Trends, and you can search this yourself. You have to remember that iShowSpeed is not a tourism ambassador. He is not interested in the well-curated destination marketing. He is an entertainer. He is focused on whatever is going to keep his stream engagement up for the entire time. So his style is very unique, and it's definitely designed in a way to keep us talking long after the stream has ended. The most important thing for us now after this big event is, what do we do next? That really and truly defines our destination marketing strategy and strategy in general after something like this. Let me know what you think in the
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like, I mean, he did see a lot of things. He was the first streamer in the world ever to do an underwater sculpture, like scuba diving and streaming at the same time, and that was in Grenada's underwater sculpture park. He raced with Olympians, like he did a lot of stuff. I think they squashed in quite a few things in the time that he was there, and I was very proud of my island.
Oh, that is amazing.
That's good.
That
That's
is properly cool.
But in general, the whole tour has been perfect. Like, I've been seeing all the traditions that the different islands are coming out and showing him. He's absolutely seeing genuine people come who want to showcase their, what they've got. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. So I'm really, really happy that this is his experience, and this is how he's being welcomed, and how the Caribbean is being showcased, and that it isn't all, bumberclarts and jab and fitting and stuff like that. We're very, very wide in our culture, and it's tied so much to Africa, and I'm really happy that that's being showcased too.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said he's not going to Jamaica. Is he not? It's not on his
I don't
tour?
think he is going to Jamaica. But in all honesty, please don't come for me, Jamaicans. In all honesty, the tourism that people know everything about Jamaica, right? Okay. And then we've had a lot of other streamers go to Jamaica as well. Jamaica is one of the most popular Caribbean islands that there is, and everybody knows everything about there. Not everything, but it would have been nice. But I actually appreciate that he's going to these smaller islands. Like, he went to St. Martin, not Saint Martin, because Saint Martin is the more popular. Everyone knows about that one. He's picking small Caribbean islands. Like, people don't go to Grenada, they don't go to St. Vincent, they don't go to Anguilla, they don't go to Dominica. You don't see people, when they're doing these tours, touch down on these countries. It is usually the bigger countries that they touch down in the Caribbean. So I think that's purposefully that he's doing that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It was just to be to ask and have it out there.
I think he would probably, and I thought it was demographically, which side of the Caribbean?
He's in the Windward.
Yeah, I thought it was he had specifically gone on a tour, not to do and try and do as many islands as he could in a week or whatever. It's like he had specifically been in an area, and his next tour will probably focus on the other side.
Maybe,
so,
maybe we'll do that.
He's the Windward Islands, and he started from where did he start? He started in
Trinidad, wasn't it?
Trinidad. So if you think where Trinidad's like nearest to South America. So he's worked his way up. That's what he's done. So I don't know. I don't think he's going to Jamaica, but he went.
No, not in this run. I mean, he can plan this in 6 months' time, and he could be back in the Caribbean doing the other islands. It's like
because if he does exactly. Because he's just in the Windward Islands, so there's a lot more. I mean, there's so many countries in the Caribbean to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
So if he carries on going upwards, he could do Dominica Republic. He could do Puerto Rico. He could do Cuba. He could do Jamaica. There's all of those islands that are on the higher side of the Caribbean Sea that he can still do.
Yeah, I feel
Haiti
like that's
as well. He could do Haiti.
I think he's going to split it up that way. In the same way, I think with Africa, he'll probably go back and he'll probably do the East. Then he'll probably go back and then he'll do the South. Like I think he's making good content. Like this is a good thing.
Question in the chat, which I have seen people questioning Shaka Bar's presence a lot more visibly on this one than he was in Africa. He's a bit more behind the scenes when he did Africa, the countries in Africa. Now he's been very front and center of this Caribbean tour. Is there any thought behind Shaka? I mean, the one message, not even strong conversation I had with Shaka is like he's been behind pulling it together. So I guess maybe it's the same thing this time around.
You know what? I don't have any negative thoughts around it. In all honesty, I think if he's been involved in the African tour, it makes sense for him to be involved in the Caribbean tour as well. So why wouldn't want someone who has contacts in these places help him pull the strings together?
Yeah, and he's traveled a lot. I know there is so much like hate around Shaka, and people don't trust him. People say he's an agent. Who knows in this world? Who knows? But what I can see from what he's done, he generally seems to be trying his best and putting eyes on countries where there aren't eyes. Like that seems to be Shaka's thing. I can only go on what he's done for us as the aunties when he came on. He promoted every single clip. He even went above and beyond and put out more clips than we did. He was constantly in our messages being like, you guys got to do more. You've got a good pod. You got to do more. So I can only go on what he's shown me. I don't know. If something came out, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I'm not going to defend him. I'm not going to do a DJ AG. But he's shown me to be quite a good guy. So I don't know. I don't know.
Because he's been fine. Like, but it's on this earth, unfortunately, you can't throw all your hats in the ring for people. But
you can't put your hand in the fire, really.
You have to go fight for day-to-day interaction. Our day-to-day interaction has been great, and seemingly, we could say he speaks up and does a lot for the in quotes culture. Unapologetically. So let's see.
Will Smith, you're so annoying. The thing is, now that Will Smith keeps on saying people are a YACN affiliate, I'm going to put it on a t-shirt. I actually think it is such a good term, but he annoys me because he generally throws it about for problematic people. He'll put their clip in and be like, YACN affiliate has done the so sorry.
Nonsense. All right, let's go over to Nana. Thank you, Farah, for that. Nana's Alternative Corner.
Okay, so today I am bringing you guys an alternative news story about mermaids and mermaids being sighted in Zimbabwe. This has been going on for a little while though, so some of you may have seen these clips before, but there's a new podcast show, and he has actually interviewed a girl that was abducted, so she says, by a mermaid, and she was missing for 48 hours, but she thought she was only gone for 4 hours as well. So I'm going to show you video though of somebody, I think it was about 8 years ago, so before AI, filmed 2 mermaids. Let me show you. Hopefully this works and it's not stuttery like my thing is, but if it is, I'll pop it in the group for you to share, okay, if that's okay.
The thing is, I actually really want to see a mermaid because I do believe there has to be something that exists that's like a mermaid. I do believe that Atlantis is real. I believe there's a world under the sea. I definitely want to go there. I feel like if I pass, I'd like to go that way, please. I'd like to be a sea person.
Okay. All right, let's see if this plays properly. Can you see it?
Yes. It's very small. Oh,
Can you see it, or should I drop it in?
Like we can see it.
You can see it? Stop laughing. I feel like this is real. Let's look again. Let's look again. There's mermaid. Look, and there's another one there. What do we think?
The thing is, like I said,
what do we think?
I believe there's mermaids, but I just need to see, because the very versions, there's another one, and it's like the guys, there's so many. I've tried to Google and find out, see if there are any more mermaids and stuff. Like, there has been no sighting, but I think in this day and age there should have been real sightings. I don't know if that's a real.
And that person is claiming that's a real sighting. Are you saying they're lying?
I believe that there are things in this world of ours that we have not seen and do not know about, because the sea takes up most of the planet. Okay.
Right.
And there are parts of the sea that we cannot even get to. Look at what happened when they tried to get into that Titanic thing.
Well,
and imploded. Like, there's depths of the oceans that we cannot get to. There are beings underneath there that we don't even know exist. With that said, I don't think that was a mermaid.
Drop that link in the chat, Nana. Drop it in the chat. They want to look. They need to inspect it for themselves.
Okay, I will do. So, this is a guy that traveled to a river in Zimbabwe, and they say that there is like bare mermaids there. And he speaks to the girl, and he also does go to the river as well. It's like it's about 20 minutes long, but please, if you want to watch it, watch his little series on it. He goes to the river, and there is a candle that is in the bottom of the river, and that obviously is impossible to take place. So
it's not impossible if you are of the sea.
Exactly. But to us mere humans, what he saw, I think, is real. All right, I'll play a little bit of this. Hopefully it plays okay.
It's real. I believe it.
Come on, computer.
She open it up.
I reviewed what she saw underwater. Now I understand why I was blocked last time from doing this.
Is it playing for you guys? Or is it
today's video is
let me play it.
Oh,
there you go. There you go.
Is it playing okay?
The courage to return to the river.
It's juddery.
In the bins underwater.
You play it. It's on the dock. Last one with the guy. Oh my God, I loved Splash when I was a kid. Loved that film so much.
That film was great. I absolutely loved it.
All right, guys, I'm putting in the TikTok link if you want to see the mermaids. I personally believe that. So I think
that one.
Yes, that one.
By mermaids for 2 days.
For 2 days.
She finally revealed what she saw underwater. Now I understand why I was blocked last time from doing this interview. Today's video is different. Instead of running away from the underwater candle like last time, I've gathered the courage to return to the river where there is a candle that burns underwater. Hashtag the professional YouTuber. I'm gonna try my best because I have gathered so much courage to do this video. I cannot fail because guys, I know guys, you're counting on me, so I can't afford.
Can you see where it jumps up? Yeah, just around there. That's when. No, the big jump.
Call language, Shona, but afterwards we'll be narrating each segment.
Yeah. But a little bit before then. Yeah.
Ati 2 days chete. Ina ndisumboziziva kuti 2 days. Nekuti raitoita senge day racho raitonge 4 hours.
Oh, kwaita kunge muri pa4 hours, but ukashayikwa vanhu vaizoti ukashayikwa kwe2 days. Iwe inzonge 4 hours.
Ndozvandainzwa.
Everyone in her village claimed she was missing for 2 days. She didn't believe them though, because to her, it felt like only 4 hours had passed. Ungakwanisa kuti tsanangurira kuti munhu uya wawaifamba naye akaita sei?
Ndikakutsanangurai ndakanzi ndogona kurwara kana kufa kana kuita sei, saka handikwanise kukurondedzerai.
All right. She also told us that she wasn't allowed to describe the lady who guided her. She was warned that if she revealed her identity, she would get very sick or even lose her life.
Vana vanga vatoripo nevanhu vakuru, chembere dzaitove dziripo. Sezvo zvikangoitawo sekunoku ndozvava zvakaita, asi zvaisanzwisisika.
Right here I have my day's mother, the mother of the daughter who was once taken by the Maymates, and today she just agreed to be in an interview with Hasterhood.
Mazuva akambotorwa nemvura ndakamboti akamboti musaburi paningi pavhidhiyo, asi nhasi tazongokwanisa kuuya kuti titaure nyaya yakaita kuti agobuda pakawira mvura.
Mungakwanisa kutudzoka kana pane chiitiko chakamboitika?
Pane paakamborota akati mangwani muchanhonga mari parodhi yakadai, toandamuka ndikatofamba ndikazotonhonga mari $50.
$50 makainhonga pasi? Anga atorota makafamba nerodhi yakadai mainhonga?
Angatorota.
Her mother also said that my day now has the power to predict the future. One time she dreamed about finding $50 on the ground. When she woke up and told her mom exactly where to look, her mother went to the road and found the money, just like in the dream. Oh. Ko pane zvimwe futi?
Pane zvimwe futi akati paumba pachabiwa bhara. Bhara ratakazomuka tikarishaya futi.
After that, the next day I waited until nighttime, and it was time for the most scary experience, which is to go with the traditionalists to the river, where the candle was burning underwater. All right.
Tikafamba tikaenda kune zvatinonoita zvechivanhu zvacho.
Oh, mati this time ndisavhunduke sezvandakaita paya.
Musavhunduke sezvamukaita paya. Ichi chivanhu hachimbotyisa kana kurema. Ndosaka vanhu vakuru vachigara vachichiita chivanhu chacho. Hachimbonetsa sezvo kamweni isu vanhu vakuru hazvimborema.
Guys, I'm very scared because my cameraman just quit to be in this video specifically, because he's too afraid that these things are scary and they're so real. So my cameraman is no more for this video. He went back to Harare. He said, I don't think I no longer have the courage. He said, I don't think I have the courage to film you at this river where there is a burning candle underwater. So right now, today I have gathered so much courage. I've gathered so much courage. I'm sure I'll be able to film the moment and I will not run away. And as you can see, it's 12 midnight. Yes. The traditionalist just told me that I must follow her. Okay. She's leading the way. As you can see, she's leading the way. She said I must follow her to the river, but I mustn't run away from the things. So guys, you're about to witness history here. Shooting alone is difficult because I'm holding everything. I don't have a cameraman right now. He's so afraid of this one. As you can see, there's the mic and the light. I'm doing this alone. Cameraman has quit because he's so afraid. But as afterwards, my purpose is to show you things that you have never seen. Is to show you exciting places. And so we
tarisiwa zvatinosangana nazvo panapa chive chiedza tisavhunduke kana kumhanya tiri vana vadiki hatina chatinoziva.
guys, she's saying it's finally time.
Uya. Teverani.
Alright. Ndomira ipapo.
Uya pano padumbu.
Njoya ipapo.
Uya pano padumbu hatiri munhu anotisa.
Alright. Jiro irero.
Usaite noise.
Tochatolaita. Guys, the candle is burning underwater. This is unbelievable. Last time I ran away, but this time I got so much courage to stand here. Ma? Alright. She says I mustn't do much English. So Matindo taura nechikaranga. Alright. Toswedera futi.
Handidi munhu anotisa. Uya. Usvike padhuze.
Kopana apa pasi pato apo.
Mira padumba. Hapana kana zvaunongoita.
Ndokumbira kuti mundibatire mic ndifocus pakamera.
Does it look like a candle to you?
No.
No.
Alright. Maita bas, guys, this is crazy.
We can move on now. I mean, we can file this under news or nonsense.
Nonsense.
This is
nonsense. What kind of candle burns from the stick? So the whole of the candle, like not from the front, not from the top bit where the wick is, it burns from the bottom, like a light, like a fake candle with a light in it. Also, the girl that's saying that she was gone for a couple of days, yeah, and then she all of a sudden she comes back with visions, yeah. I got theory.
What happened?
She got to take man.
She's
got a boyfriend. She went out for a couple of days. She licked her man. Yeah. He gave her 50 quid. She forgot that she dropped the 50 quid. She couldn't go out again. So she said to her mum, "Here, what now, mum? Yeah. If you roll down the road, you're going to find £50. That £50 was already hers. Her man gave it to her.
No, she's only 14.
Is she 14? Is she 14? How do we know she's 14? Her face was covered. We don't know she's 14.
All right.
We don't know she's 14.
I'm not speaking against the spirits of the mermaid land.
We don't know the girl is 14. Okay.
What's your theory, AK?
I don't quite know why he was really honing in on the my cameraman was scared because I felt he was setting us up for it not to be real. So if anything happens and he doesn't film it properly, he can say, "Well, I was scared and I was frightened, so I didn't want to get close."
My cameraman ran away.
My cameraman was gone, so I got the courage. I
think he was honing in on that because
he knows we're not going to get the real close-up
from where he was.
Yeah, I want it to be real. I want it to be real. I did get good. So my whole nose up in there. I was locked in because you know what? I was like, this is real. I'm in it. I'm in it. I want this to be real. I was trying to see. I want to be there. I want to go there. I want to go.
I think things are real, but not the last two things that we've seen. I think they're real, but not what we've seen.
I mean,
so you're a mermaid, yeah, and you're gonna get an electric light and put it underneath the sea.
It's not electric, Farah.
It's a candle.
It's a candle.
You're gonna get one. I've got one of them candles in my house. You put a battery in the bottom, and the whole thing lights up. What type of candle lights up from, like, let's say this is a candle. The candle's lighting up from the base going up, not the wicking up from here. It's lighting up from here.
It's a water
mermaid land.
Oh, shut up, man.
It's not gonna work like ours. It's like, I think it's basically the top of the fire that the mermaids have. And we're just seeing the top part. I think they do like their own little campfire.
I'm not saying that these things are not true. I'm saying what we saw is not true. Just then.
The top of, we saw the top of their bonfire. That's what we saw.
We saw a cat. He took a picture of it. It looked like a fake candle, like the ones that you put the battery on at the bottom.
Matthew,
right, guys,
you don't play favorite.
Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you. It was this news or was it nonsense? Let us know.
Nonsensical news.
Absolutely news.
Nonsensical news.
Listen, I just want to show you something because King Triton has a flame. As you can see, there's something.
Aquia, did I say that it's not possible? And that what he has is not a candle. That is not a candle. That is his that's not a candle.
Yeah, that's the type of shizzle I'm saying. Like we were seeing the top of what
No, he took a picture of it. It looked like a candle, like a fake candle. Oh my god. Can you see that? Can you see?
Can we agree that this is not news, but it was nonsense?
It's nonsense. Seriously.
KW, stop taking a piss. So yes, and I agree. The mermaids helped the unicorn to light the candle and place it on Bigfoot's head top. KW, face the wall. Face the wall.
And also, next week I'm bringing you reptiles, so enjoy it.
It is what it is. I just wanted to. There was a video of a mermaid that people saw, and I was like, they either look like, you know, the blondest, beautifulest woman, as they say, or they look like these amphibian crazy things. I just want to see.
Yeah, I've seen the amphibian crazy ones.
Let's see what else you can find, because that one in Zimbabwe, people were saying it was before AI, so
not before people could make costumes, though.
I mean, okay, it could have been a costume. I get it, but I mean, it was moving quite like over the rocks and.
I don't know. I need to find the one that I saw, and there was a real mermaid, and I believe that they are real.
No one said they're not.
I can't find.
No one in here said they're not.
I also wanted to be one when I was little.
Yeah, yeah, but I think everybody that watched Splash probably did.
Don't be rude.
I wanted to be a mermaid, and you'd be in the bath and you'd like wish a tail. Like,
I did not want to be a mermaid.
I always wanted to be a mermaid.
I would have wanted to see a mermaid, but I did not want to be a mermaid.
I wanted to be a mermaid, and I wanted to be
a little piece of water gets on you. Next minute, you're like stuck. You can't move. No thanks. That's what happened in Flash. That's Femi Flash Splash. That's what happened in Splash. Little piece of water got on her. She was like,
yeah. No, why would you mock the mermaid? That's not her fault. She's got a disability. In human land, it's a disability.
Listen, there is documented sailors saying when you get close to Antarctica, they've seen some stuff, and a lot of them say they try and get you. Well, they're going to kill you.
Yeah.
So they try and lure you.
Sirens,
woman. Yeah.
Sirens.
People are.
There are mermaids that are like sirens. There are films and documentaries about it. I have seen them.
I just said they're not the same. There's mermaids and there are sirens.
Yes. Yeah. But they have said that they have seen various different types of humanoids in the water. And sometimes they try and capture them, and they probably have. They probably have captured them.
Yes.
But yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna drink my water. Finish the
There
sentence.
we go. Nana's alternative corner. You're welcome.
I feel like we need to keep it. All right, okay, moving on to, and here's the rest. Quick run throughs. Ghana has rejected the health deal over data privacy concerns. So there was, you know, that the Ghana has rejected a proposed health agreement with the United States, citing concerns that the deal could give US entities access to sensitive health data without enough safeguards. I'll quickly share a video, and we're quite happy that they've done that, following a few other African countries that have done that too. Let's scroll it in a little bit. She'll talk to someone here. Let's go.
Particularly.
And you're right to pay attention to the name, because it's focused on America first and not necessarily the countries that will be benefiting. And the way it was structured by the Trump administration, by the way they launched this last year, was in essence to shift the poor countries from a dependence on America to one that they can depend on themselves. And it's focused on tackling a few health challenges like tuberculosis and HIV/AIDS. And the Trump administration, as you know, last year when they took over, scrapped a lot of the aid interventions that the previous government had instituted, and they put this in place instead. Now, if the Trump administration was giving you something, they have to get something back. And fundamentally, it was structured to also benefit the American pharmaceutical, the American economy in the disbursement of the funding to the countries that they had targeted. They were not only going to give you money, they were also expecting that the poor countries who were benefiting will also have counterpart funding. In the specific case of Ghana, they were going to give us $109 million, and they were expecting us to contribute $70 million to that. And the $70 million was one that we must provide, or else the deal itself collapses. So that is, in essence, was the America First global health strategy.
Right. Just a bit of clarity. So what? We were supposed to contribute 70 or 60 million, you say, to this amount.
70 million.
Okay.
$70 million as a counterpart funding to this particular initiative and the health aid.
I'm curious, why did Ghana reject the health aid then?
A few reasons. The first one is about a clause in the Memorandum of Understanding that required Ghana to surrender your health data and my health data as well, citizens' health data, to the United States of America. Now, in this particular MOU, it was also very clear that once we surrender the health data to America, they could choose to do what they want with the health data, including giving the health data to their pharmaceutical companies in the development of drugs, but also in pursuit of commercial purposes. That obviously raised very fundamental questions about data privacy, which didn't sit well with the government. The second reason was that the MOU was unilaterally drafted, according to the sources very close to the negotiations, was unilaterally drafted by the Americans without input from us. So in other words, the affairs presented the MOU to our health ministry, asking that they sign it within a week. And the pressure was brought to bear for us to sign it. Again, the ministry from our sources then asked that the Americans and Ghana form a joint committee to start the process afresh, as in jointly draft an MOU that will be beneficial and to address the national interest goals of both countries. That again, the US government didn't want to pursue that. Another key issue that again was a factor in our rejection was that part of the clause also required that once drugs developed in the US had been approved by the US Drugs Administration, we could not use our FDA laws and the FDA itself to reassess, reevaluate the drugs once they come to Ghana. In other words, we are now opening the Ghanaian market to the flooding of our shores with American approved drugs.
Yes.
So it's always an underlying something.
Imagine that.
Wild.
That is fucking crazy. American approved drugs, so they could have like let's think about it. They big pharma in America were pumping people with opiates. Yeah. So you could just do that in Ghana. They're not allowed to check it. They're not allowed to say anything to you. Wild, absolutely wild. Anyone that's taking that deal, you don't need to rethink that shit. It's mad.
Yeah. And the way they threaten and sign it within a week. Sign it in a week without my country's input. I can't even. You're telling me what I can do.
You've made it. You've written it. You've given me no input.
Right.
You want me to sign it in a week, and it's probably got about 1,000 million pages that they have to go through. This is a crazy ass thing.
There's no benefits. Like even let's
they
just
have
go
to
over
also
the
give
numbers.
them.
It was 100 million that they said they're going to give. You have to also add in 70 million to
exactly.
the pot.
So really,
and then you're going to you've got to hand over your data of all your citizens as well, and we are going to be able to sell drugs that are not FDA approved by the Ghana Federation. That is actually for 30 million, because that's all you're going to get. For 30 million, we want 20 million people's data. And we're going to sell them drugs, and you can't say anything about it. That is the most ridiculous deal, even for the most stupid person. That is a stupid deal. I'm giving you 70 million into a pot, and all I'm going to benefit from that is 30 million. And then you're basically probably going to cripple all of my citizens so they can't work. That's how we make money.
You come in so that no one can reject anything that you want to do. So that you come in on your white horse and you take over the country and the country's resources, because you're going to say that it's full of druggies and they're out there trying to kill people. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's what you're going to do.
Create a society that's dependent on drugs for every damn thing. Remove them from even more from the natural holistic herbs and stuff that we use. And what was the thing the other day that Joe Rogan was able to text Donald Trump about a drug that's available where in Cameroon or whatever, the drug that they want to use.
It's so crazy. So they've changed the name. That's Iboga. What he has basically sold off to be like some African root is Iboga, and now they're calling it ibogaine, which is actually really makes me laugh because it really just sounds like some migraine type. It's a psychedelic.
Yes,
like this isn't something that I'm going to text the president and he's going to be like, we should actually just pass this, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's wild. It's
the other
such
thing
a wild thing.
The other thing is they've got access to all these people's data, their medical data, right? So they start pumping them with their drugs. They're basically experimenting on the people that on the population.
Yeah,
experimenting. Then they start using it as weapons. Then they start farming it out to all the other countries that are in opposition to them. It is fucking ludicrous. Madness.
This is a video of him. I don't know if I just found the first one. So let's bear with me.
I want to tell everybody how this happened. I sent President Trump some information. We have a gigantic opiate problem in this country, obviously. In 2024, more than 80,000 people died of overdoses. It's a horrible number. And there's more than 5 million people that are addicted to opiates right now in this country. With one dose of Ibogaine, more than 80% of people are free of that addiction. With 2 doses, it's more than 90%. I sent him that information. The text message came back, sounds great. Do you want FDA approval? Let's do it. And it was literally that quick. These drugs are illegal, not because they're harmful. They're illegal because of the 1970 Controlled Substances Act that was passed by the Richard Nixon administration. They did it to target the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement. It's not because these drugs harm people. And for 56 years, we've lived under those terrible conditions. We're free of that now. We're free of that now. Thanks to all these people that we see next to me, and thanks to President Trump.
And thanks to me investing in this company and having shares in this new drug that I've just found that I don't know anything about because I'm not a doctor and I don't have any medical profession or anything like that. Thanks.
We all respect Joe.
Crazy.
More liberal than.
It's just a joke and a giggles. And the fact of the matter is, the country that is talking about, we have a high opioid problem. Why aren't you fixing that and coming to Africa to come tell them what to do with theirs?
You have a high opioid problem. Where did it come from? And
Exactly.
it was and it started because you lot fucking tweaked one of your own rules, like you're trying to do now. That's how it fucking started in the first place, because they wanted to replace Valium. Let's not get it twisted. And also, the people who started that haven't even been punished.
No,
they haven't even been punished.
Basically, the family's just being sued. Nobody has gone to prison.
No one's gone to prison
for this crisis. And then you're going to go to Africa now and probably mine what has been used for thousands of years to actually improve consciousness. This isn't, it's like, even how he explained it, and my sister's done Iboga before as well. It's not that simple. There is protocol. There are systems in place that indigenous people have been using this as medicine. It's not you just take it twice. No, you small dose it. You go through a whole trip. Like, this is, some people absolutely can lose their minds. Like, it's not something to play around with, and this is what they do. You go somewhere like he would do. I'm sure flipping Joe Rogan's done ayahuasca. You go somewhere, you work with indigenous people, and you think, oh my God, we could have this in my country. It wasn't given to your country for a reason. And now you're going to try and reclaim it and change its name. Like, what type? I cannot stand them. I cannot stand them.
And there's been a few
in our faces.
There's a few people that have been talking about it. I wish I saved those videos, like black people saying, like, yeah, don't fall for the okie doke. They're coming to. It's another way of getting another African resource as well. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. I wish I could find the. Hold on, let me see what this is. This is a white woman. I don't know what she's saying, but let me just see if she's saying anything of sense. I'm not sure, guys. So bear with me.
Finished my last video talking about the Trump administration, Donald Trump being made aware of ibogaine treatment, which has been available and legal, and you can even get it from the cartel or on the street in Mexico for a very long time. I mean, like at least over 15 years. It's been a known secret to people who are dependent or addicted, us junkies. But I was thinking about it for the last couple minutes, and I think I'm right. So by now, everybody knows about 70H, Kratom, Kava, what they call gas station H. Literal children and teenagers are getting their hands on this stuff, even though they're not even supposed to be able to buy it. Of course, that never stopped us back in the day with Boone's Farm. But did you know states like Alabama, Arkansas, Indiana, Mississippi, Rhode Island, Vermont, Wisconsin, and even right here in Michigan, our governor has been talking about banning all of it, because Kratom and 70H is acting on the opiate receptors in the brain and in the gut the same exact way opioids and opiates do. In fact, a lot of these detox and rehab centers are seeing children, teenagers, and young adults. Most of the people that are coming in there, at least half of them, are usually on Kratom or 70H. So what's going to happen to that almost 85 million people out of 340 million American citizens that are dependent on some kind of substance, whether it be, alcohol or others? When this stuff is all completely banned, feel free, all the other off-brand that are making the same thing, and everybody starts getting dope sick, what's going to happen? Now this is fucking clicking to me. Oh yeah, it's clocking. It took me all of 3 minutes.
It's called ibogaine treatment. Ibogaine. Remember the name. Is that pronounced relatively properly, would you say? I don't want to get it wrong. Ibogaine, because it's so important, and experienced an 80 to 90% reduction in symptoms of depression and anxiety within 1 month. Can I have some, please? I'll take some. I'll take whatever it takes. I don't have time to be depressed. If you stay busy enough, maybe that works too.
Is that the secret?
That's what I do. In 2024 study from Stanford University, 30 special operation veterans with traumatic brain injuries underwent.
Do you see it? Right when all these states start banning Kratom and 70H and all these others. Now, after over 15 plus years of it being available in Mexico and people being so desperate that they go to Mexico, celebrities flying private jets to Mexico, right when all these states plus all these other ones that are actually going to ban or are trying to ban Kratom, 70H, feel free, all of it. Now they're interested in ibogaine. bringing it here, making it legal, so pharmaceutical companies can start giving it to you at a cost? Or is it going to be by prescription, like methadone, Suboxone, and other pain management options? Because see, I've always thought that Ibogaine should be available in America for anybody who wants it. If you're an adult, right? They let you have alcohol, which is classified as a poison. They let you have cigarettes, which causes cancer. There are tens of thousands of pharmaceutical, you know what? I don't think I can say it here on TikTok. YouTube, maybe. Instagram, I don't think they fucking care. Nobody watches my shit on Instagram anyway. But this cannot be a coincidence. It can't be. All these states are banning it, and now they want to give you something that can actually stop the withdrawals or help with anxiety and depression. It's kind of like ketamine infusions, right? Ketamine treatment and therapy, which was a lot harder to get your hands on before. I mean, I'm just saying.
So yeah, it's always
actually stupid.
Yeah,
because they're not going to, as they do with everything, they are not going to do it in the doses that you would need for it to be 1 or 2 hits and you're okay. They are going to drip it, and then people are going to get addicted because they're going to realize, oh my god, I need my Ibogaine. I'm on Ibogaine, and this is
a little bit better.
They're going to make it like Adderall or something. It's going to be the same type of shit.
But hold on. What was Trump telling people not to take the other day?
Please.
What was he saying not to take? Ibuprofen, right?
Yeah, Tylenol, yeah.
Tylenol, that's it. He was telling people don't take that shit.
They want to shift it again to what it's all a money thing. And that's the thing. You're going to come and tell Ghana and the other African countries that you must do this, so that we must do this, so we can flood the market with this and get you lot
basically. That is exactly what they're trying to do. They're going to try and clean up their opioid crisis and move it on to another place and still be making all of the money in the world. They're just going to keep on siphoning off. And we have to not forget about the British getting the Chinese hooked on opium.
Exactly.
They are going to do some shit in Africa.
There is a play.
But for 30 million, I feel if I was the Ghanaian like health commissioner or president and they come along with this deal, I'd be like, you must think that we are actually
But they do. That's the problem. They do.
Because you have to think that you have to be like, oh, them fucking Africans. That's what you have to think. There's no way.
It's not even them fucking Africans. It's like these dumb black people, because they're doing this all over the fucking world. Like, that's what they literally think. You lot should be grateful we're trying to give you some money. That's what they do. It's fucking wild. Like, the thing is as well that people need to remember. Trump is a dodgy businessman. He's a dodgy ass fucking businessman. To him, this is just another shady deal where he can make some money. And I can imagine him in the boardroom like, don't tell them that. Why are you going to tell them that? This is what you do. You tell them that we'll give them 30 mil and then we'll make it sound like it's 108, but the clause is that they've got to put in 70.
And also because our countries aren't known for having a high drug addiction. And I know there's definitely, I have heard conversations about drugs floating, especially in the elite, because they're getting influenced by those type of things. So, I mean, not to say that these countries don't have drug problems, but they're not in the same capacity as America. And when they also want to get understand our DNA, why black people are so strong. Have you not seen the stories now of the Nigerian boy that's been drafted for the NFL? And they're like, look, the pure DNA of this guy, he's got zero fat. They're talking about his attributes like a slave on the block, like literally.
Oh, wow.
So like now there's going to probably be a high drive of trying to find NFL players from Africa or whatever the case is. And like, when it's just the way they're fascinated with our DNA as well. And then you want to try and control us with drugs. I hope that this never gets overturned. I hope every African country and any other country that they go to resist.
I do hate that they even wanted to like negotiate and try and work out a deal. It's like there is no reason to be selling any country's data to America. Like no reason whatsoever. You would know all they're gonna do is poison your citizens.
Exactly.
And like at the moment, that is your number one resource as well, is the human beings that are working for you. Like you're not making money like that elsewhere. And why would you? So basically you want to reduce your population. If you get into bed with America, you are reducing your population because they will take you out. So that
you're relinquishing your control.
Yeah, and
Most
you're going to have a generation of drug addicted people.
Yeah,
and we don't need that.
Madness.
Right, moving on to another annoying thing. King Charles, yes, he went and had a little bit of jolly in America. He also went to Bermuda, and whilst he was in Bermuda, he was shown the slavery artifacts.
Oh,
yes. So he stopped off at the National Museum, and it's just like, go away. Like, I don't know. You watch it and see how you feel, because it annoyed me.
Hey, Strike.
By slavery, its story woven into the traditional Gombe dance.
They stripped us from our names, they stripped us from our language, but they couldn't strip us from our culture. Why? Because that's from within. Today, you can see hundreds of years later, that culture is still thriving, not surviving, thriving.
The king was shown a small but dark display of slavery. His ancestors prolifically profited from it. It is a difficult and indelible chapter of the British monarchy.
History is complex, and I think the king understands the complexity of the history, and that was conveyed inside. Yeah.
Really?
This visit has taken in much of modern Bermuda, its culture, diversity, and sun-drenched beauty.
Such a historical moment, and I get to share it with my two wonderful children.
Definitely been excited, hoping to get a handshake with him.
It's so nice to know that he's coming to see everything that we love about this place.
Bermuda is an associate member of CARICOM.
But for some here, there is a hope the royal visit prompts deeper conversations about the role and relevance of the monarchy here today.
I think momentarily it has, persons have brought it up that maybe this is a great opportunity to remind the king about its heritage and its return of, when you talk about the 10-point plan of CARICOM, that's part of the reparations movement, to return what was taken.
At a garden party with the governor, words from the king to his territory.
This is very white.
I'm waiting to let's discuss it.
Like all the overseas territories, is a most cherished and important member of the British family, with a friendship as solid as this so-called rock.
A lot has changed since the king last visited in 1970. Bermuda had a referendum on removing links with the royal family, which it rejected in 1995. But the idea never went away, and certainly for some, the king's visit is restarting the discussion. Discussions about Bermuda's colonial past and what it means for the present and future. Laura Bundock, Sky News in Bermuda.
Did old sausage fingers go alone?
Sorry,
disgusted. I just because it was just him. I was like, did he go by himself or something? Was Camilla tired?
I have no idea. So I was looking at this because I've not even thought about Bermuda. I assumed it was black people. So when I'm seeing this, I'm like, why? But apparently, looking at the numbers, it's like only like 51% black. I'm just on a Wikipedia page. I'm just going to quickly share the wiki because I don't know enough about Bermuda. It was discovered in the early 1500s by a Spanish explorer. It had no indigenous population, apparently.
That's always a lie. I noticed this is a thing that they say that they were able, when they managed to basically kill everybody that was living there, they say that there was nobody there.
Yeah.
And then they carry on from, we discovered it, there was nobody
Everywhere
there.
they go, they say there's no indigenous people. Trump the other day in a speech when he was basically licking Charles's ass, was saying about America and how thanks to Britain for coming over and making the untamed lands workable and livable. That's what he said. So fuck you lot.
They said
standing up there talking about it's a territory of yours. You've colonized this space.
Honestly. Talk about it was, the English began to, I don't know, it was frequently visited, not settled, starting British colonization in North America by establishing a colony at Jamestown, Virginia. English settlement began on something, in 1612. So Okay, there was a mixture of native Africans who were trafficked to the Americas, the African slave trade. So then you traffic people. As the black population grew, so did the fear of insurrection amongst the white settlers. In 1623, a law was passed that forbade blacks to buy or sell, barter, or exchange tobacco, or produce any other goods. And then there's the English Civil War. I mean, you can Google it, but I don't know enough about Bermuda. All I know is that being a territory, Charles going there, them talking about, can you mind yourself and give back what you stole, and then it's dominated. And I don't know, it's weird.
The fact that
the US.
It's saying that there was no native people on there. Do you see that? So that traditional dance is a combination of native and also African.
Exactly.
So what are you talking about?
Exactly.
It's literally what they say. They just killed them, and this is literally what they run with. But I hope.
Yeah.
I mean, even I get it. So it's 51%. They're still a majority. That garden party didn't even have 20% black folk in there.
And the black man they spoke to was outside. He wasn't in there. The
I saw one black woman milling
outside.
Right.
I saw a black woman milling about, and plenty white folks.
Plenty.
The grounds that they were on looked hella colonial. Like
Exceptionally
it
so.
literally looked like it was a
100%.
plantation before.
Exceptionally so. And then the
why
woman
was
that he
his
spoke,
side white as well? Like
one of the women that he spoke to,
terrible.
One of the women that he spoke to had an English accent. She's like, I'm glad that he loves our place. What?
Exactly. So I think in 1649, King Charles was beheaded, blah, blah, blah. The English Civil War, the conflict spilled over into Bermuda, where most of the colonists developed a strong sense of devotion to the crown. But the Civil War was ended by militias, and dissenters were pushed to settle in the Bahamas, settle the Bahamas under William Sale. And the rebellious royalist colonies of Bermuda, Virginia, Barbados, and Antigua were the subjects of a punitive act of the Rump Parliament of England. It's just so disgusting. The government of Bermuda eventually reached an agreement with the Parliament of England that retained the status quo in Bermuda. In 1655, 54 Bermudians became the first English subjects to settle permanently on the island of Jamaica, followed by a further 200 Bermudians in 1658, following Cromwell's invasion of Jamaica. And then again, suppressing shipbuilding as it needed Bermudans to farm to generate income from the land. You know, it's just slavery 101, colonization 101.
Yeah. When they managed to kill enough of the indigenous people, then they could implement like slave farms. So it's like then the people that are there have come there as slaves, and then you're breeding them there as well. So they have a different type of identity. Like the British know what they're doing. They're so. I mean, this is the whole thing. It's just disgusting. Him and his big sausage fingers standing there like, you know, you're one of our most. Basically, he was saying you're our most prized possession. They don't have a lot anymore, the UK. So you're going to try and hold on to as much as you can at this moment in time. They need to rise up and be like, fuck off. Like all of you, freeloaders.
Honestly, like go away. Moving on quickly, there was unfortunately a drive-by shooting last night or the night before in Brixton. 4 people have been shot at an indiscriminate drive-by attack in Brixton, leaving 1 man fighting for his life, raising fresh concerns about gun violence in the area. And I'm pulling this story out because it's summer season's coming, it's barbecue season coming. We don't need there to be gang wars and whatever's going on.
Hospitalized following a shooting in Brixton, South London, early Saturday morning. Police responded to reports of gunfire on Cold Harbour Lane around 1:15 a.m., arriving within 4 minutes to administer first aid alongside paramedics. A 25-year-old man is in life-threatening condition. The other 3 victims, aged 21, 47, and 70, sustained non-life-threatening injuries. Witnesses reported the shooting occurred during a barbecue party, prompting people to seek shelter in nearby businesses. Police are searching for suspects and have appealed for witnesses or anyone with information to come forward. An increased police presence is expected in the area as the investigation continues. No arrests have been made.
Quite a lot of our kids out sucking the balloon. And I said, Lord, please, look at this. This is tape here. Down the bottom there are cartridge things. So that means that's a shooting. And you got the forensic, yeah? You can't really see. Yeah? Look, There's been a shooting. One of the that he usually just comes out on the wall. And, you know, there needs to be more spaces than just the wall for us, to be honest. But he said he usually come out on the wall, yeah, with his brethren just to, you know, relax and thing. And yesterday, his spirit said, don't come out, yeah? He sees so many of our kids out having this balloon thing, sucking. And his spirit said, don't come out. And he never come out. And look, last night, somebody get shot. Look. They got so much work to do because we're giving them work to do. Look, look, look. You got the forensics down there, yeah? Cartridges, there was a shooting there.
It's loot.
Cold Harbour Lane.
Yeah. Coco Pop said there was a stabbing at Blue's Kitchen before the shooting on the same night as well. So it may be something.
This is just dead footage of it and what's going on. Yeah, it's that time, it's that season. We just don't need this. Where's Blue's Kitchen? Where's Blue's Kitchen? I don't know it.
I don't know South like that, so I have no idea.
I don't know.
It's around there somewhere.
A woman got shot as well over the weekend. I'm trying to remember where.
This is so local. One of my best friends used to live there.
By the Tesco, if you know where that is.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's changed. It's changed its name a few times. If it's where I think it is. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. We used to hang out here. I mean, it's always that. But it's just now's not the time. Not for when summer's coming and there's a little bit of tension in the air. Don't need all of that. That's just as annoying anyway.
And it's felt like it's been a little bit quiet for the last couple of years as well. Like just. You know, people are just living their lives, or maybe they just haven't been reporting it. Who knows? But yeah, we definitely don't need this shit.
We don't need this shit.
Not this summer, please. Enough is going on in the world, guys. Like, come on, let's do better.
Yeah, that was it. A woman died in Fulham as well.
Is it?
But
by a shooting?
Is it? No, I think she was. No, it wasn't a shooting, but it was head injuries. But they said actually that it's a known partner. It's just a lot going on at the moment.
Yeah, we don't know.
Is that the Muslim woman?
No, this is a black woman. Her name was Sophia Bertrand.
Okay, moving on. And sorry, rest in peace. Let's not have that. Anti-slavery orders have been issued after police raid on a Cheshire religious group. UK court has issued interim anti-slavery and trafficking orders against 5 members of a religious group called the Religion of Peace and Light, Ahmadi Religion Peace and Light, following a major operation in Cheshire. So I'm going to play a few videos about this, and let's see. The members are calling racism. And this
major news coming out of Cheshire today after police raided the HQ of a religious group. Allegations of serious sexual offences, forced marriage and modern slavery involving members of the Ahmadi Religion of Peace and Light are currently under investigation. And this morning, police raided 3 properties in connection to the group, including its HQ Webb House in Crewe. The Ahmadi religious community linked to a branch of Islam are based at the former orphanage with around 150 people living at the property. 9 people, 6 men and 3 women have been arrested in connection with the investigation. Searches of the properties are ongoing.
Oh.
Earlier this morning at 8:50, 500 officers from Cheshire, supported by colleagues from the North West region, have conducted several warrants in the Crewe area. Our primary focus has been an address called Webb House on Victoria Avenue in Crewe. This address is the headquarters of a religious group known as the Ahmadi Religion of Peace and Light. Our policing activity and ongoing complex investigation relate to allegations of serious sexual offences, forced marriage, and modern slavery. I must stress at this point, we are investigating those offences and we are not investigating the religious group. There will be a...
So this is what the religious group are saying.
We, the followers of the Ahmadi religion of peace and light from Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq, highly condemn the attack carried out by the British police using hundreds of officers, vehicles, and a helicopter on our religious center in Group against peaceful believers. We consider this act as a form of discrimination, anti-Semitism, and racial oppression. We condemn the arrest of our leader, Abdullah Hashim al-Sadiq, peace be upon him, and a number of believers with him, and the harm inflicted upon them. We demand their immediate release.
Free
al-Sadiq! Free al-Sadiq! Free al-Sadiq!
And
I don't believe it for a second. They did that shit.
A bit of an overview about what this religion is.
Even capable of miraculous cures.
Oh, sorry.
This is the Ahmadi religion of peace and light, sect that blends Islamic theology with conspiracy theories and extraordinary claims. Their scripture, the goal of the wise, includes teachings, incarnation, and karma. The Ahmadi religion of peace and light believes in 7 divine covenants and a coming divine just state where only God and his vicegerent rule with no democracy. The Ahmadi religion of peace and light's own website emphasizes divine appointment, prophecy, fulfillment, and world-transforming justice as foundational mission. Yeah. According to the Ahmadi religion of peace and light doctrine, Ahmad al-Hazen was the first Mahdi and Abdullah Hashim the second Mahdi, prophesied in an exclusive document called the Will of the Prophet. Followers of the Ahmad religion of peace and light live together with a shared single belief that their leader is God's chosen one. They homeschool their children, give up their jobs, their homes, and in some cases, even medical care, all in the name of a man they call the Mahdi. But this isn't ancient history. It's happening now. Born in 1983 in Egypt, Abdullah Hashim began his journey not as a religious leader, but as a filmmaker. But sometime around 2015, Hashim claimed a divine revelation. He declared himself Imam Muhammad, the long-awaited Mahdi, and even claimed to be the successor to Jesus, the Prophet Muhammad, Peter. To his followers, Abdullah is divinely appointed. To outsiders, he's something far more dangerous, a man building a cult behind closed doors.
And it goes on. I mean,
well, that wasn't just a little thing. That was a full-on mansion place that they had accumulated there. That was huge.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where does someone? And the thing is, like, for me, it's like I don't know how someone. You can't just be born in 1983 and tell me that you're the promised one. You can't. You can't.
43 years old. He's 43. He was a filmmaker and suddenly woke up and was like, actually, I am the second Jesus. Okay, bro. But this is the thing. It's like, if you do have an infrastructure around you, you can get people to believe in you. And I was waiting for him to say about the Saving Humanity mission, because that is generally the playbook. So then you get people in who are good-natured folks being like, we're going to do this life to basically like say we've got a bigger mission. We're going to be saving humanity. From when they're all locked in, they don't go to work, you're homeschooling, some shit is going on, because why can't they live in society and still have this commune? Why do they have to be secluded? Because you're doing some dastardly shit. Most definitely. They did that. He did it.
100%. All right. I have got more, but I think it's late. And I actually don't have much more. I don't have a funny video that because I ran out of time. I was looking for more stories. So I don't know if anyone in the chat has a funny video. I've got some old ones, I think. What have I got left on?
I just want to go over just as a note, so people that may not be aware, for the 2 Jewish people that were stabbed in Golders Green.
Yes, yes.
Just so that you actually truly know that there was 3 people stabbed on that
Yes.
day. There was a Muslim man. He started off stabbing a Muslim man and then getting on the Northern Line to Golders Green and stabbing 2 Jewish people. So let's not get locked into this rhetoric that they're trying to feed all of us, that this was some anti-Semitic terrorist attack. This is a mad person who stabbed 3 people. And lo and behold, they're not talking about the Muslim man that got stabbed as well. Just so that everybody knows this, you know, you may not see it on mainstream because they're kind of like not talking about it.
Yeah, there's a lot. Sorry, that was one story I forgot to put on.
So if you go onto Danny fucking Price's page, he has a breakdown of it. So his name is Ishmael Hussein, and he is a Muslim, and he was the first victim, as Nana said, on the first day. I don't even want to call it the Golders Green attack because that is part of propaganda.
It is.
Ishmael Hussein was the first person to be attacked by Issa Suleiman before the 2 Jewish men were attacked in Golders Green. He went to Ishmael Suleiman went to Ishmael Hussein's home in Southwark, South London, early Wednesday morning, where he was reportedly attacked with a knife. So Ishmael Hussein, who is said to have been friends with Issa Suleiman, fought him off but sustained multiple injuries. However, his ordeal has been left off of the press and the media and the politicians, whilst the politicians are basically calling for a severe. They've put the terrorism threat up to severe. They've said that there are likely to be more attacks like this in place, even though this gentleman has mental health issues, was known by the police, as Nana said on the main show, which you'll see, was actually done for attacking police. He is a sick person who has been charged for 3 attempted murders, but it is being phrased as though it is a Jewish attack, an attack on Jewish people, and that is not the case whatsoever.
An excuse for them to now label anyone protesting Palestine even more so as a terrorist.
Yes, they're trying to basically.
Keir Starmer came out and had a whole thing to say about.
He had a whole thing. He basically was saying that the anti-Israel marches and the pro-Palestine marches are framing this, and they're making it more. They basically up the terror threat.
Yeah, basically.
I find it disgusting that also coming along and saying we're going to offer 24 million to Jewish organizations as security, to me sounds like money laundering. Like this. So what about the Muslim man that was also attacked? So are you going to give any? Because there is so many attacks that go on against Muslim people as well, and black people.
Oh, it's rife at the moment.
All the time, and nobody gives us a bump of money to be like, oh, you guys need extra protection. Like,
where's the money? Where's the money for women who've been attacked by police?
Exactly.
And other men. Where's the money for our own? Where's our protection so that we're not walking down the streets with our keys in our hands? Where's that? Where's the money for Stephen Lawrence Foundation? Where's that money? And all the black boys that have been killed by axes and Damilola Tech, all these other, like all of these people. Where's the money for those things? Where's the money for where's the money for the Muslims who were attacked in their mosques? Where's the money for them?
Thank you, Strike.
Thank you.
A lot of strike stuff happening as of late. Every week is something, and I think we have learned to see the genders as they come. Well done to us. It is that we're starting to see it. It's like the more that we see it, the more they don't give a fuck, because there's also nothing in place to hold them accountable enough. I mean, yes, there's voting. We saw. I didn't even get to what they did in America and how they rigged the voting, but then they've also counted it. Virginia's also rigged theirs, because what they thought would only work for them doesn't just work. Democrats can do it too. So Virginia's just also set their line. So they'll have, I think, 10 more Democratic seats to the 1 Republican seat. So it's like, now everyone has to play dirty. Everyone who reckons they're liberal and for the people needs to roll up their sleeves and get righteously dirty, because they're playing tactics. They're playing in our faces. This is a news story that it covers what Keir Starmer was saying about marching.
No doubt that what happened here in Golders Green on Wednesday, where 2 members of the community were attacked, has reignited that whole debate about whether these pro-Palestinian marches should be allowed to go ahead. There is fear in the community. Someone came up and spoke to me earlier and said that they shouldn't be allowed to go ahead, and that is reflected in all sorts of comments this week. So Jonathan Hall, who is the independent reviewer of terrorism legislation, spoke out saying that they incubate terror. We heard Kemi Badenoch, the Conservative leader, calling them a cover for violence and intimidation of Jews. Nigel Farage, the Reform leader, calling the government weak. And the chief rabbi calling them hate marches, saying they're purposeful anti-Israel demonisation. Now, of course, the vast majority of people attending the marches are people who are speaking out against what has happened in Gaza, but it's caused an enormous amount of anger, and there has been a response from Stop the War Coalition, who are organisers of these marches, who've said attempts by some to connect the series of horrific anti-Semitic attacks in North London with the marches in solidarity with Palestine are false. The Stop the War Coalition has been proud to be part of organising these mass marches in support of the people of Gaza and against the genocide of the Israeli government. We recognise that this question is inextricably linked to the wars throughout the Middle East, which continue today in Iran and Lebanon. And as for the Prime Minister, well, he has spoken out a little more firmly than he has before, saying that there may be a case for banning protests in some instances, but broadly he feels very strongly that freedom of speech needs to be protected. There should be a right to protest. However, he says if you're marching alongside someone who is chanting to globalise the Intifada, which is seen as calling for violence against Jews, you need to call it out. Similarly, if someone has got a banner or a T-shirt on with paragliders on, which were used in that attack on October the 7th in Israel, then you need to be calling that out. He says he needs a whole society response to anti-Semitism.
What about the other fucking people in this fucking country?
Police. And then that brings us on to the policing of all of these marches. So Sir Mark Rowley, the Metropolitan Police Commissioner, has no doubt just how big a policing operation is needed for these. He says he's particularly concerned about what's due to happen 2 weeks today. So 2 big marches. One, a pro-Palestinian march to mark Nakba Day, to commemorate 1948 when Palestinians were displaced. But then two,
not just
there is a march that's been organised by far-right activist Tommy Robinson, Unite the Kingdom, Unite the West. So there is an enormous amount going on in 2 weeks, and you can see the challenges that creates for the police, who have got special measures they can put in place. They can put certain conditions in place, but it certainly isn't easy.
Before you move on, yeah, before you move on, let me just show this, because this is something that got on my fucking nerves as well. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Wait.
Why have they approved 2 big marches on the same day?
Because they want to antagonize the team.
Are they on the same day? Are they on the same day? Are they on the same day?
It's the same day.
They are trying to antagonize the team. That's why.
Okay, 1 second.
They know what's going to happen.
First of all, thank you, Strike. Why don't we go back to addressing Keir and his connections to Mandelson and by proxy Epstein as Palantir's data collection in the UK? Absolutely. Exactly. Thank you, Strike, for that.
Thank you.
Street says, thank you for the entertainment on a Sunday evening. Was better than being in the bank holiday crowds. Thank you, Coco.
Oh, thank you.
Can I just share this with you lot? Because Dawn Butler got on my fucking nerves. Wait.
To hide who they are or have security. A meeting with my local synagogue, and it's really quite emotional to understand just how frightened our Jewish brothers and sisters are at this time. There's absolutely no way that a community should feel that they have to hide who they are or have security everywhere they go. It's just not sustainable. Knowing that 2 Jewish men were stabbed just a few miles from here is a real wake-up call. And I think...
Listen, The reason why I'm saying that she got on my nerves, yeah, she is the MP for Brent, right? Do you know how many people get stabbed around here? I don't see her going and talking to the victims that have been stabbed. I don't see her going to do that. I don't see her talking to the black mothers who are scared for their children going outside on Church Road. I don't see her doing that. When the woman got shot on Church Road, yeah, when they were licking shots on Church Road and someone got shot, they were a bystander. I did not see Dawn Butler going and talking to that family. I didn't see her doing it. Don't conflate the thing, yeah? Did she talk about the Muslim man at the same time? You can talk, you can go and see your constituents and you can go into the community because something else happened to them. Fair enough. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. And it's awful what happened to those two men, but it's also awful what happened to the Muslim man. There were 3 victims. The guy has been charged with attempted murder of 3 people. 3. Yeah,
I mean, the whole thing with
mental
this
health.
third
Why
person.
they were calling it terrorism before we even knew anything about him. They were calling it terrorism.
Yeah,
They weren't going to tell us about the third person until he got charged. They didn't mention that at all. They only started talking about a third person when he went and he got his charges read to him. That's the only time when people were like, hang on, there was a third person out there as well, and went looking for the other victim. Like, this is crazy. And I hate that she is a part of it, but obviously she would be. She is a Labour MP. Like, they're all in it together. They all know what they're doing. They're all heightening this to be like the most tragic thing that has taken place. Like, people don't get stabbed every single day up and down this country. And it's just not okay. But it's actually not okay for Jewish people as well to be having this spotlight placed on them, like you are in danger. Please leave your houses. That also, I wish there was way more Jewish people than just flipping Zach Polinsky out here being like, you know what, perception of a threat doesn't mean that there's a threat.
Yeah,
and I need more Jewish people to understand that.
Yeah.
Not only people making out like you're in danger by going out, because there are some people who are going to feel this and going to be like, shit, I'm scared, right? Because they're being told that this is what's happening outside. But not only that, you also, by doing this, are making people who are anti-Semitic look at Jewish people as a whole and say, why are they getting special treatment? Exactly. You are doing that. You are putting them in danger by tying them with this Zionist fucking rhetoric. You are doing that.
I think it's like they're trying to hype everybody up so then things happen. So then they can say, yeah, there, see. It's just stoking. It's what we're saying about what's happening in South Africa. Whoever's stoking the flames to fit your agenda, it's tired. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It was every single newspaper, every single channel. I watched 4 shows on Channel 4 spewing exactly the same thing, that Jewish people are under attack and the government has to do something. 4 on Channel 4. Then I went over to The Guardian. I'm seeing 2 different news articles on the same thing. And that was the same day that it came out that there was a third person and it was a Muslim man. But they still, it's like, we can't abort mission. It's working here. We're getting people talking about this. It's terrible.
Even the fact that she said when Palestinians in 1948 were expelled, they weren't just expelled from their homes, love. They were slaughtered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a news story, so you can't expect her to go into all that detail on a news story.
She can say when they were slaughtered. She can say that because it's factual. That is a fact that when they were expelled in 1948, they were 750,000 people were killed. You can say that because it happened. Because if it was another ethnic minority, you would be saying it. So say it. It's a fact. Words matter. It's like when they say Israeli soldier murdered, Palestinians killed.
No, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying to the comments. I'm just saying that I have no expectation from these people saying these things. That's why I can't even get his incensed, because it's just like they're all just in it together. They're all just in it together.
No, it's I know every time it comes up and we can see it, we see it repeatedly what they're doing. I just think once it came out that there were 2 people in Golders Green that had been stabbed, I was totally like, oh, here we go. And then watching the arrest and seeing like the guy, I think he is Somalian or something.
Yeah, Somalian.
He's obviously mad. Like just from how he was running, I was like, this is clearly a man having an absolute mental episode. But then adding in terrorism in there as well. It's like, come on, this is clearly a madman. And then even how the police were kicking him, that's all by the by. But we're not even talking about the mental health system in this country. You released a man that was clearly still in distress, clearly still having an episode. You released him, and they're saying it may be 72 to 48 hours before he committed this.
And also,
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the health
professionals that
are culpable as well.
And also, he was known to the police, but you still released him. But he was known to the police. Yeah. You lot are fuckeries. The other thing that's pissing me off as well, they're talking about the intifada, and now they're trying to change the meaning of it. Like they've changed the meaning of so many other words. Like woke now means something else. They've changed like, so if you say it, it's all of a sudden you're promoting terrorism. That is not what it means. It doesn't mean that. Yeah, these people are doing my absolute head in. Keir Starmer is a poor excuse for a prime minister, and I cannot wait for him to go. And I'm scared because I don't know who the fuck we're going to get to replace him, but he's a pussy-hole.
He's the worst. Isn't intifada just about information?
One more time.
Isn't intifada just about information? What does it mean?
Intifada is like, it means like I just googled it. It's like uprising and rebellion. It's not calling for the death. Someone said it calls for the death of all Jewish people. That's not what it means. That's not what it means.
Like just almost the same type of sentiment of like we the people, like the people. Like
the Arabic word apparently, an Arabic word for rebellion or uprising or a resistance movement. It can also be used to refer to a civilian uprising against oppression. In Arabic language usage, any uprising can be referred to as an intifada, including the 1960 blah 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 1942 Warsaw. Any uprising, when used in English outside,
similar to when like, we the people, you rise against it. Okay, cool. Yeah.
When used in English outside of the Arab world, the word has primarily referred to the 2 Palestinian uprisings against Israeli occupation.
Where does it say against Jewish people in this? Where that's not what it means. It's not what it means.
I don't know how. This is what I do know how, because it wasn't too long ago they were calling South Africans who wanted to be out of apartheid terrorists. It's just annoying that we always go back here.
Yeah,
like we always have to be here, and then all of a sudden you are going to get everybody and their mum talking about I was against this. And I'm so glad that there's so much media now. So when all of these celebrities start changing and being like, oh, I just didn't know that we've got them being given the information and in the face of it, still talking about, but what about Israel? Does Israel have a right to exist? Like, I can't wait for that change to take place, and it couldn't come soon enough. This is utterly ridiculous.
And it started.
I'm sick of it.
Sick
of it.
I'm with you, Nana. I'm incensed and enraged by all of this shit. It boils my blood because you lot are playing in our faces. We can see what you're doing. It's like I can write down something that's going to happen, put in an envelope and seal it, and then open it in a week's time. And literally what I said is that it's going to happen is what you lot are doing because it's so obvious. It's so obvious now what you lot are doing.
You know how pissed I am with the Labour Party. I actually may vote. I'm considering voting this week just to vote for the Green Party. I literally am like, I'm so incensed by them. I want them to lose so dramatically and spectacularly. Like,
Me too.
I can't wait.
Dawn Butler came to my door and I asked her all these questions. And I brought this up. And then this is what you're doing.
She wants to keep her job. She wants to keep her job, but they all need to go. Honestly, all of them. The Labour Party ain't the Labour Party anyway. It's been infiltrated.
They're not.
Just if you can, just vote Green.
Just vote Green, man. Seriously, everybody just vote Green. And the fact that they're trying to like, and let's not forget Zach Polanski. He is a Jewish man, and he's against this shit. And he's a Jewish man. He's telling you what they're doing is not right.
I mean, that conversation with Trevor Phillips had me on enemy of Congress week, to be fair. So I was saving it for that. So
we got because Trevor.
Yes.
But also, I mean, Zach. There's such a hate campaign against him. He's on the cover of the Daily Mail as well, and it's basically an ad saying he is the worst person ever. Yeah. And it's just like, okay, if the whole establishment is against really rallying against the Greens, okay, that's who we got to vote for.
Yeah. At any given point, Keir Starmer talks about him. At any given point, he opens his mouth and he says something about him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest threat.
It's the only way. We've all just got to collectively. It doesn't even matter, even if you were like, no, but I've always voted Conservative. They're all a bunch of raving loonies. Like, we just have to go for the sanest person on there, seemingly, who is at least speaking to the people. At this moment, it's the Green Party.
Like,
okay,
that part.
We're gonna vote.
Not your party, Cher. They've imploded.
Yeah, they have.
I haven't even seen them talking.
No, what's his name came out like both. Well, it's mad because they're coming out and saying stuff. It's Zara and Jeremy are coming out and they're talking, but they're not talking as a party. They're just individually making statements.
Like they're just chatting as MPs. I think it didn't work because I'm not even getting their emails. I haven't noticed them.
I don't know what's going on. I understand about the split vote thing. It is difficult because yes, if not enough people vote Green, and then
that's how they always get you, because they always say that. So if everyone just does it, because that's the thing that they always say. Oh, you might as well. Let's be safe. That's how Labour are in here in the first place. Don't get me wrong. Tories were fuckeries too. It's time for a change.
We may as well give it a go. I mean, the people that are going to vote for reform are going to vote for reform. Like there's no way against them. But I feel like for the folks that are going to vote for Labour, know that you are voting for a Tory if you're voting for Labour. It's exactly the same shit. They may even be more corrupt. Who knows? Like they're all in it. They're all so corrupt. I cannot. I would actually prefer to give a vote for the Raven Looney Party at this moment in time. It's actually ridiculous voting for Labour. He's a thief. How can you have black politicians literally want to be councillors who have been working in their communities, and you're going to come along and be like, no, we're not putting you on the ballot. I'm putting my niece in her 20s. Keir is an absolute, he's as corrupt as anybody. When they talk about African leaders being corrupt, Keir and his cronies are corrupt as hell.
And let's not forget, you lot have not condemned any of the killings that have been happening in Iran. Like you lot ain't said nothing about them little girls that died. 165. All now you lot have not said nothing. Not a fucking thing. You're mute.
As has everyone said, Labour's not Labour. They're not going to do that. They're not for the people.
A-hole.
Literally the worst.
Come on. Anyway, guys, let's say thank you to the people that made their donations.
I'll do it.
Okay, lovely. I was just reading Ava says, I went to a conference on a housing crisis last week. Some Green Party members were present and they seem quite down to earth. They do. They do.
That's what I like about them. So we had Kevin kicking us off with £2. Thank you. We had Coco joining as a new member. We had Fashioned for Crime giving us £9.99. We had Bob Melman giving us 10 English pounds. We had Matthew giving us £5. Thank you very much, Matthew. We had Strike. Where am I? We had Strike giving us £5. Thank you very much, Strike. We had Coco up in the place giving us £5. Thank you very much, Coco. We had Strike come back with another £5. Thank
there you go.
guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Sunday. I do like a Sunday evening. I
Sunday.
like a Sunday lunch, but I like a Sunday evening too. I like the flip flop.
Oh, you guys in the comments.
Because tomorrow's a bank holiday, so I would not be doing this on a school night.
Oh, the
Yeah,
normal
for real.
Sunday. Yeah,
And I
for
need to
real.
go. I want to cook some pastry. Make some pastry.
Oh,
You're
wow.
gonna
All
go
right.
and make pastry.
I need to put it in the fridge.
Oh,
Nice.
lovely.
What are you making with the
Thank
pastry?
you. See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.